Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Danny Buys Houses podcast. I'm your host, Danny Johnson, coming to you from San Antonio, Texas. Welcome to the show. All right, if you've inherited a house and you feel stuck, maybe it's a mess or probate's got you spinning, this episode is for you. Today, we're talking about selling an inherited house to a cash home buyer like Danny Buys Houses. I've walked you through the situations heirs faced. I will, I haven't yet, but I will. I'll walk you through the situations heirs face, how probate fits in, and how to sell a house fast and stress-free. We'll hit some listener questions as well, so let's just dive right in. So you've inherited a house. Maybe it's from a parent or a grandparent or an aunt you barely knew. First off, you're probably working with a lot of emotions right now. That's understandable. Second, I get it. This can be overwhelming, especially, dealing with the house and dealing with, the whole situation. I've been buying houses in San Antonio for over 20 years, and inherited properties are some of the toughest situations that I see. But let's break down what you might be facing and how it's possible to deal with this. You could be the estate executor or executrix, stuck with a house full of stuff, old furniture, broken appliances, um, decades of accumulating stuff. Or maybe it's in bad shape. You got a leaky roof, cracks in the walls, outdated appliances and fixtures, you name it. Sometimes there's multiple heirs arguing over what to do. And I've seen houses sit empty while families figure it all out, racking up bills and stress along the way. It's almost always the case that the holdouts in the situations with several heirs to property is, that it's a shame, but the ones that never lifted a finger to help the deceased or you dealing with the estate are usually the ones that end up being the holdouts. And go figure, I know it stinks. It happens all the time. We see it all the time where, the ones that know nothing about the property, all the situation, all the things, are the ones that are holding out for the most amount of money and don't allow you to sell it because they just want to make a killing. And, it's really a shame. But we're going to walk through some of this and how that might be approached so that you can help get everybody kind of what they want and you guys can get everything done. So here's the good news. You don't have to fix the house. You don't have to clean it. You don't have to fight over it. Selling as is to a cash home buyer like Danny Buys Houses can cut through all of that mess. But what about probate? Can you sell before, during, or after? Let's unpack that, all right? Let's go through it. First, probate is the legal process that settles an estate after someone passes. If there's a will, it names an executor or an executrix, right? If not, the court picks one. And probate can take months or longer if it's messy. Good news, you might not have to wait. If the house is still in probate, you can often sell it with court approval. As the executor, you'd file a request and then the court can approve that or deny it. So we bought houses mid-probate plenty of times. It takes a little extra paperwork, but it's doable. What if probate's done and the title's transferred to you? That's even easier. Once it's in your name, or you and other heirs agree, you can sell anytime. No probate hold up there. All right. And if the house hasn't gone through probate yet, like the owner just passed away, we can still help. We'll wait until you've got the green light or buy it from the estate directly if the court allows. Now, sometimes, and many times, this is actually the case, a lot of times, which is really nice. Sometimes the estate doesn't have to even go through probate. So there are cases where an affidavit of heirship will suffice. Now, you should talk to a title company and an attorney to see if this is the case for your situation because there's some rules that have to be met for that to happen. So here's how it all works with us. You call us or you visit DannyBuysHouses.com and tell us about the house. We then schedule to visit and see the house, see what it's worth as is, and make you that cash offer. Probate or not, we move fast. Now, after you say yes, we handle the title transfer through a local San Antonio title company. We use Old Republic Title. You sign, you get cash, you walk away, no repairs and no hassle. Sound good? Cool. So here's an example. I want to walk you through this with an example. So let me tell you about Lisa. She inherited her dad's house last year, old place inside Loop 410. Roof was shot, yard was a complete jungle, and probate was just dragging on. She didn't live there, didn't want to deal with it. And we helped her out by submitting a cash offer, got court approval during probate, and closed in 2 weeks. She said, Danny, you made this bearable. That's what we're here for, to lighten that load. Selling to us skips the estate sale chaos, No listing it, no strangers tromping through, no clean out, no waiting for a buyer. Whether it's in probate or it's yours free and clear, we buy it as is. Cash in hand, stress gone. All right. So let's jump into the part of the episode where we answer listener questions. First one we've got here is my mom's house is in probate. Can I sell it now? This is from Karen in San Antonio. Karen, absolutely. If you're the executrix, talk to your attorney about court approval. We've done it before. It takes a few extra steps, but we'll help you. And you don't have to wait months most times. All right, next letter. I inherited a house with my siblings. They won't agree. What now? That's Tom and Seguin. Tom, ooh, tough spot, right? Like if all your heirs are on title, if you're all heirs or on title, everyone's got to sign off. There's no other way around it. Selling a share typically doesn't work. Sometimes having a cash offer in hand with a quick closing gets everyone on board quickly. We'd be happy to help. Like I said many times before, there's no obligation for cash offers. There's no cost to get one. So even if you guys are arguing about what to do, it doesn't hurt to get that cash offer. We could get you a cash offer quickly, and then you'd have something in writing that you could show them and say, hey, look, we can have this thing done in 2 weeks, cash in hand, split this money up and be done with all of this. And sometimes that's all it takes. So you can give it a shot. Just give us a call or visit the website. All right. If anybody else, that's all the questions we got this week, just two. So anybody has another question, just send it to me. Be happy to read it and answer it on air here. All right. So do you have an inherited house that you'd like to sell? Here's how to get started. Go to DannyBuysHouses.com. There's a fast cash offer form right there on the homepage and on every single other page. You can't miss it. Fill it out. It takes like 2 minutes. Tell us about the house, probate or not. Submit that information. We're going to give you a call. We're going to set up an appointment to go see it, and we'll make you that cash offer. There's no obligation, no fee, no pressure. If it's not for you, no sweat, no problem. It's really not an issue. All right. We don't buy every single house we make an offer on. We don't expect that, but we do buy quite a few of them. People really like the speed and ease with which they can sell their house. So what happens next? Once we get that, like it was the last episode we did, actually, episode 4 of the Danny Buys Houses podcast. We walk you through the exact, what happens at those appointments, how do we make our offer, all that kind of stuff. So check out that episode if you were interested in that. Closing is usually pretty quick. We do it on your timeline, what suits you. If you need a fast closing, we can do that. If you need more time, we can do that. All right, look, inheriting a house can feel like a blessing and a curse. I've seen it weigh on folks and, empty properties, family fights, repair bills, taxes, all that kind of stuff. I started Danny Buys Houses to help people like you. Imagine this. No more worrying about that place, just being done with it, getting cash and a fresh start. That's what we offer. So if you're interested, head to DannyBuysHouses.com, fill out that form, and let's talk. I'm Danny Johnson, and I've got your back, San Antonio. Thanks for listening, everyone. Share this with an heir who needs it. Next episode, we're going to cover selling a house in foreclosure. Don't miss this. This is Danny Johnson saying take care, and let's get that house sold. See you next time.